and this is its stowed configuration. On the floor we have, and we're trying to change this because I don't think this is the best place, but everything in the space station world needs to be negotiated, and that's okay. We're not in a hurry, even though we're going fast. These are this is our pond or our wall of water that's down here. We have different kinds of water, and these are called contingency water containers, CWCs. And you can see different kinds. There's water that you can drink, and water that you can use for other things like flush water or generating oxygen. Now here's the airlock. As we go, the Quest airlock. I'll turn on some lights as we get in there, and usually we don't go in here every day. We do try to keep it fairly clean, and I'm in the middle of doing an inventory for the 15A crew as they come up here. The airlock is one of the few USOS, American style modules that doesn't have a single light switch. You have to turn on every light as you need. But from here, many EVAs, extravehicular activity spacewalks, have been conducted. There's in the back of this room, this crew lock is a hatch that goes outside into space. So you can see that hatch right there. In the meantime, we're kind of storing EVA related things here. You can see this is a safer, which is a kind of a jet backpack that we wear on the outside of our spacesuits in case we get separated from the spaceship. We can fly our way back in. Safer's pretty neat. The Russian spacesuits, which are many good things about them, but they don't have a safer. So this is all of our stuff as we're getting ready for STS-119. You can see already starting a tool bag. Usually, again, everything's spread out more than it usually is, but we're putting together mini workstations for Swanee and Ricky and Joe as they get ready to go outside. So that's what the airlock looks like at the moment. Now, Node 1, originally brought up in on STS-88, Node 1 is getting kind of crowded, and but there's also a lot of good places for storage. Here's our toolbox, one of my favorite places to go every day, and I have to go every day to the toolbox. We have a 0G storage rack. The kind of things we have in here are computer parts usually. We have some lithium hydroxide canisters that the shuttle on here in case we have a shuttle contingency. We throw away all of our empty food containers in here, and as we float up on the ceiling, we have a lot of places where we keep our office kind of things, paper, pens, things like that, as well as tools and scope meters and things like that. I remember being at Capcom on STS-96 when I first saw these signs. That's pretty amazing. Wireless access point. That's number 1. We have 3 total. This is the pressurized mating adapter, PMA. And inside, this is where we keep all of our clothes. Not all of our clothes, because we got a lot of clothes, but this is a lot of our clothes, as well as other soft goods like hygiene items, towels, wipes, shaving cream, shampoo, things like that. And now we're going to fly when we're going to run out of light. So I'm going to turn off the camera for a second and put on a light. Okay, back with you. I have a headlight on. Well, not on my head, it's actually on the camera. And we're floating into the Russian side of things. First and foremost, we are now in the pressurized adapter part of the functional cargo block. We call it the GA, and it's also a docking port down below. As you carefully look down below, you can see the hatches, and inside that what you can see in front of us is the docking mechanism for the Soyuz. The Soyuz is our launch vehicle. Yuri and I and Richard Garriott launched here. It's also our landing vehicle. Yuri and I are going to be landing in the Soyuz, along with Charles Simeoni. Right now, it's our lifeboat in case anything goes wrong. So we have our lifeboat kind of things in here. Our spacesuits are ready. We still have a little bit of unpacking to do, but you can see things are really crowded in the FGB that we thought it's best to leave it in the Soyuz since we still have about 2 months before we go home. 2.5 months actually. So this is the living compartment, the BO, and it's a bit cramped in here. And we'll stop in the BO on our way up, and we'll just keep diving down in here, and we'll get into our landing module called the ESA, and this is the place where we sit for launch and landing. And this is this Yuri's seat right here. My seat is right over there, and we'll sneak down in a little bit more, but it's really cramped. And Sandy's seat is right over here. Okay, this is inside the ESA, and you can see the Neptune panel. It's a glass cockpit, which is why this is the biggest feature between the new Soyuz TM-A, it's relatively new, and the old Soyuz TM. The A stands for anthropometric, and means also the panel got smaller, the glass cockpit, so taller people can fit inside. There's a window, that's my seat over there, our flight data file, our checklist ready for us, and you can hear a fan running because we're always keeping ventilation to it. So we're going to come on up. It's very compact, and not a lot of room. It makes it very efficient. Habitation module, where we stay for a couple of days while we after launch and before we dock to the space station. And this is one of our main containers where we have our food and everything like that. Little control panel, vacuum gauge, things like that. So this is where we stayed for a couple of days, 2 days after launch. We docked, got inside the huge, very big international space station. Okay, there's the front of the spacecraft. We have a lot of stowage here in the GAA. Now Yuri's been busy unloading the Progress. We just finished an EVA, so things here in the functional cargo block are very functional right now and very cargo-y. So you can see things are just really, really full here in the FGB. And again, you'll have to pardon us while we get our things together as we rebuild the space station from the inside. Expedition 18, that's our job, is to get ready for a 6-person crew. You can see there's a lot of containers. These metal containers hold water or urine, and that's what right now a lot of these are waiting for a ride back in the Progress. As we leave the FGB here and go into the docking compartment. Docking compartment is another one of those vertical looks, and it's a kind of a misnomer. It's not just docking compartment, but it's also a airlock. So Yuri and I went out in these 2 spacesuits a few weeks ago and went into open space and had a spacewalk. Continuing on down through here, we'll stop here on the way back, is our Progress cargo vehicle. The Progress is a cargo ship, unmanned, uncrewed, nobody driving, and has the same kind of docking compartment. It's very much based on the Soyuz design, except it doesn't have any re-entry capability. So you can see it's all empty now. Yuri had emptied it out, and now we're going to get ready to fill it up with a lot of the things that are in the FGB.